Welcome, welcome home, Rep Pack. Mark is here, back with the brand new video. What's my intro? Oh, it hurts. Welcome home, Rep Pack. Mark is here, and welcome to Comfort Cartoons. Today is going to be a blast because we have two very sturdy boxes that we are going to be unboxing, and both of them come from a member of this community watching these videos just like you, and that is from a legend here in the community named Ian Orchard. If you guys are new to our fan mail series, usually these boxes are filled with everything that we love on this channel. Of course, my big collection and specialty is Nickelodeon, and of course, Le Bob.
Tia Mermaid.
But it can also include anything animation related, whether it's Cartoon Network, Disney, or anything nostalgia themed. It's always a ton of fun, and Ian, like I said, is a legend. He always sends some awesome stuff here, so I wanted to give him his own video because these are two massive boxes, and knowing how Ian's packages usually are, it's gonna take some time to go through these and really appreciate the package. So let's go ahead and take a look. They're heavy, they're strong. I'm gonna start with this one on the bottom because it hurt my hand, and that gives me a reason to cut it. Let this be a lesson to anybody out there. If you hurt my hand, I will just ball up into the fetal position and cry. Alright, so let's see what we got here. There's orange bubble wrap in here. I didn't even know orange bubble wrap was a thing. Why did nothing pop when I did that? There we go. I mean, I guess they did their job because a lot of these are pre-popped. But you can see it very fitting here in the room. It almost blends in there. It's like one of those octopus that just like camouflages into its background. Like, you can still see it, but it's almost not there. Get out of here. We have a note. Let's do this. Ryan, give me my monocle. Most of this came from a single antique market, which I have never left empty-handed. There are some things inside the Blue's Clues case. Now we know there's a Blue's Clues case. What is wrong with me, Clace? I know you probably have some of these SpongeBob figures and stuff, so feel free to put them on your Whatnot stream if so. Well, thank you so much, Ian. I appreciate that, and that is usually what we will do. If we ever get doubles in or anything like that is excess, we'll bring it over to our Whatnot stream, whether we auction it or we also do giveaways on them, and it all comes back to help the show either way. So thank you so much, Ian. I appreciate that, man. So first off here, we have some like mystery wrapped up in bubble wrap items. Let's see what we got here. Let's take a look. I also see this, and this is really weird. This is unique. I've never seen this before. This is a SpongeBob the movie Sponge Out of Water, like transparent case here. I'm trying to think, like, did the movie come in this? I've never seen this version before. But granted, the SpongeBob movie Sponge Out of Water, that's like probably the DVD of every SpongeBob movie that had the most variations. So like, for example, you had the bubble blower one that like you got like some popcorn for free at Target for some reason. You had the steel bookcase version with a crab that is like grabbing SpongeBob shorts, which doesn't make a lot of sense because like, wouldn't that crab just be like Mr. Krabs size? Like, how is there a sentient crab that is not like, huh? There's also this one that comes with the poster. There's also this dual pack, and there's also this one in 3D, because you remember that time when like they tried to make every movie 3D at home, and Samsung had the TV with the glasses, and then everybody was like, nah, we just don't, nah, that's not what we're doing. And so it just didn't become a thing. So this could have been some variant that I just don't know of that had this bag, but either way, I don't have that in the collection, so that is going in it. Thank you so much. Let's see what these bubble wraps have hidden within them. So our first one here, we have a Hallmark ornament, and it has Yogi and also Boo Boo. Hey Boo Boo, let me take a look at that picnic basket. We've got Yogi, the Yogi ornament here, and I actually love this one. I actually need some variety on my Christmas tree and my inside tree. Of course, in here we do the Nickmas tree every year that is just filled with Nickelodeon ornaments, but my regular Christmas tree, pretty bare bones, you know, because I spend most of my funds getting stuff for the Nickmas tree, and then my tree just has like 3 things. But we have some Scooby-Doo ones we got a while back, and now we have this one. And I actually I didn't watch a lot of Yogi Bear growing up, but I really love the show Jellystone right now, which includes Yogi Bear, so I've definitely become a fan with time. Let's see what we got here. Next up, what is in this package? It's like, I love these little mystery bags. Thank you so much. What is, oh, that is, I do not have this. Where did this even come from? That is so sick. Let me get everything out for you guys. Oh my gosh. So these are individual figures from Avon. So these are the Avon figurines for the SpongeBob Out of Water movie. This is Sour Note here. Squidward's like superhero form here.
Sour Note!
Because again, this movie was to kind of capitalize on like the Avengers, like superhero era that was super, like, I said super a lot. You know, maybe that was unintentional, but subconsciously I feel like I was totally blotting this. But it was to like capitalize on the hero genre at the time. But I don't have these figures, and these were an Avon item, meaning that they were probably something you had to order through the Avon magazine. And then there's also this one. I am going to open it. This is staying in my collection. So this is the coolest one though. We have Sandy here, which I can't remember on the top of my head her name. No, wasn't it the rodent? I think it was called she was called the rodent.
You can call me the rodent. Hi-ya!
And like everybody had like special superhero outfits and stuff and powers, and then Sandy just looked like a giant out of the water squirrel. So that is cool because now I just have this random squirrel figure that could be in the collection, and it looks like it's not SpongeBob related at all, but it is actually a Sandy figure. I love that. Thank you so much. We also have one of these SpongeBob Kellogg's watches here, still sealed. No way, is this the whole set? I think that, yes, it is. So it is a complete set of all of these Sponge out of water figures. Dude, thank you so much, because I've actually wanted these for so long. I was just happy with 2 of them, but the fact that you actually have the whole set here is unbelievable, and I'm gonna open all of them because these are just gonna look so cool on display. Here we have Mr. Krabs figure here. We also have Patrick's figure. Ah, man, dude, these look so clean. We got Patrick. We got the Invisible.
Clear the area, citizens. There's going to be some serious aft kicking here.
Dang! Look at them freaking abs. Them biceps could squeeze the sap out of a tree. Unbelievable. And then finally, we have Plankton. Look at this head. That was probably the best part, was that his head was still the same size, but his body was like Hulkified. That is unbelievably sick. Thank you so much. And I'm actually glad that I took them out of the plastic, because this is like PVC, and what can happen after a period of time is like when it's sealed in plastic is the gases and like the fumes that actually come off of it can start to corrode the plastic and give it a weird filmy texture. So it being in the open air is actually better for them in this case. So I'm glad that we were able to get these out of the package. 2014, they've been in this box for 11 years. Just crazy to think. I still have my ticket from the opening night of that movie saying that that was 11 years ago. Okay, then we have some more figures in here. We have these are like some McDonald's or Burger King ones here. We have this one from Pest of the West. We have this one from the Camp Coral, like Rube Goldberg machine. And then we also have this one for the SpongeBob Out of Water movie again. That was like a straw like little thing. Like it made like sound effects when you drank out of a straw. And then what do we have here in the last one? We have, dang! Okay, so I kind of saw it through the plastic and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But then when I open it up, a brand spanking new, sealed, SpongeBob's hosting Nickelodeon Bingo. So this is a dope product because it actually features a lot of a lot of Nicktoons that aren't represented in a lot of other products. Like for example, Cat Scratch, Lazy Town, Little Bill, and it's like a typical bingo game, but the aspect that makes it really cool is the fact that it's hosted by SpongeBob.
G47, not the sharpest knife in the drawer. It's Cosmo with his floaty crowny thing.
I do have this one in the collection, so having one sealed, this gives me like the premium display-worthy preservation copy. So thank you so much for that, Ian. Just a wonderful package already. And we've only just barely scooped the, we just, I don't know, what's the word for broke the ice? Or tickled the tip of the iceberg. No, that's, no. Scratch the surface. That's the word I was looking for. Not tickle the tip. All right, let's see what's next. This is massive. We have a Dexter product, it seems like, in here. I don't know what, but let's take a look. Man, first off, is this sealed too? Are you kidding me, dude? Oh my gosh, this is awesome. The Dexter's Lab, the incredible invention versus Dee Dee. This will also be going directly into the collection. I know it is not Nickelodeon, but I love these board games. I think that they look so good in collections. You can see I actually have, like, you know, the freaking Ren and Stimpy one back here in my collection. But in my cartoon variety room, I have like the Scooby-Doo one, a Powerpuff Girls one, and I just think they look fantastic. They're like literal billboards that could go in your collection. And then that clean Cartoon Network logo here on the top. It says, with action-packed Dee Dee Swing and strike feature. Collect the special parts to build your latest invention, but there's trouble ahead and her name is Dee Dee. So essentially what the game is I guess is maybe a 2-player game? 2 to 4 players. So yeah, you can either be a Dee Dee or you can be a Dexter. And if you're a Dexter, you're trying to grab all the pieces to make your invention. And if you're a Dee Dee, you're trying to use this little ball and chain here that she swings around on to knock down the Dexters as you're going. But I'm assuming you have to get the access of that like swing ability by playing the game as well. That is so sweet. Thank you so much. That is a beautiful box and I can't believe it is still sealed. You gotta let me know, Ian, if you're in the comments, what's the antique market? I mean, Washington is not that far away. You know, if I ever end up in that area, I would love to come check out this market. That's so cool. Okay, then we have the Blue's Clues case here. This is genuinely mind-blowing, Ian. This is such a cool display piece. Like, if it would have been just a blue, that would have been cool. But the fact they actually added the Blue's Clues logo, it's like a perfect little display piece for Blue's Clues. And he said there was some stuff inside of there in his note, and yes, there is. We have Waffle here from Cat Scratch. We just recently featured the pitch board for the original series, so it's cool to have a little plush to go with it. I think there was I want to say they made like 24 different Cat Scratch toys for that original release. I don't have all of them for sure, and I don't have this one, so thank you. We have this wrapped up here. What do we have here? This is a little Garfield ornament here with Odie as like a little carousel. So he is the carousel. Like, that would be such a cool ride to go on. And then Garfield is on his back there, and it says Merry Christmas. We also have a packet of, are these SpongeBob ornaments? Whoa, I've actually, what? These are like, these gotta be like Yellow Label. I've not seen these before. We have all of these different like SpongeBob head ornaments here. This is really cool. Like I said, this is 2012. So that was during a point, I always say that like Yellow Label era was kind of the era that was the most forgotten about in a lot of ways. I say green and white is the most sought after era, which is like the 2004 to 2007, 2008 era, because it was still really popular, so a lot of people have memories with them and grew up with it to then want it in the future, but at the same time they weren't producing as much as they were in the green label era. In the green label era being the original first line of products. But the yellow label era, I often find the most stuff that I don't recognize or I've never seen out in the wild before, because that stuff was produced a lot less because SpongeBob was no longer at its like peak in popularity, and at the same time there wasn't this resurgence that we have now with a lot of people growing up with it now wanting to collect that stuff or finding more interest in the show and the cozy comfort cartoon emotions that it elicits. So a lot of those products, they were very little of them printed, so very interesting. I'm not shocked that I've never seen them knowing that they're from 2012 now. Very cool. Thank you so much. And then we also have this, which is a Nickelodeon, or actually a Garfield Valentine's Day card, but behind there is like an old school Nickelodeon, I think Valentine's Day. Yes, we have the old school Nickelodeon Valentine's Day cards. But I think the coolest thing about this is this really cool Nickelodeon envelope that goes inside of there. And you've got Chucky and Angelica there as little Valentine's Day cards. Very, very cute though. I love that envelope. And Valentine's Day was always a super fun holiday, especially as a kid when it was a little less stressful. You just got to eat candy. Everybody got the Valentine. Just good times. But man, thank you so much, Ian. That is a awesome Blue's Clues display. Very, very cool. And this is vintage Blue's Clues. That is what I prefer to collect nowadays comparatively to the Blue's Clues and you. I mostly look for the original stuff. We also have some Scooby-Doo stuff down here, which I'm always game for. We have a Scooby-Doo tie Beanie Baby plush. We have a Detective Scooby-Doo plush, and I feel like it's the exact same outfit he's wearing on the Scooby-Doo Greatest Mysteries VHS. Is it? I don't know. Maybe it's not. We have this one, which I think is from Alien Invaders. And my personal favorite, this adorable little Scooby coin purse. Hey, and then a new Angry Beavers item to the collection. We've got Norbert here in his pajamas. I want to say we have Daggett. Off the top of my head, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure we have Daggett in the collection. So now we have both of the PJ versions of the Angry Beavers. This antique market is insane. And what an awesome, like, pickups, man. I cannot believe all this came from one place. And again, this year, we're really trying to dive in some of our other Nicktoons outside of SpongeBob. So this is coming in the perfect time. Thank you so much, Ian. I love Norbert too. Norbert's always my favorite of the two. And his hair is like notable because this type of thin hair is on a lot of the Angry Beavers and Rugrats plushies. And if you dry it, it shrivels up like a grandma's perm. Why do grandmas always get a perm when they get older? They're like, okay, I'm 65. And it's a perm. But because of that, it's hard to find plushies in good shape. They had to have been clean from the beginning, basically. So awesome. Thank you so much, Ian. Next up here, we got a stack of stuff here. Let's take a look. We have some minifigures. We have some Powerpuff Girls Y2K party hats. Why were party hats like not a thing either? Like now when I go to like friends' birthday parties or something, we just eat food, talk, and you know, listen to music, play games or whatever, which is fun. But what happened to the uniform? You know, why did we stop wearing party hats once we got to like middle school? Why can't we not as adults still have party hats? You know, like yes, this is happening. I love it. Another one of the Camp Coral toys here, as well as the Patrick Straw toy. We have some folders and some binders. We got shell feet, as well as nailed it. Normal is boring. Well, out in public, I pretend to try my best to be boring, though. You know, just to not deal with the social aspects of that. But on the back, we got this design, and we have the notebook. We have SpongeBob and another SpongeBob notebooks. I am always running out of notebooks here, so these are much appreciated. Of course, I do collect a lot of them too, and even if I complete them, I usually still collect them, even if I fill the notebook up. I use them a lot on my Whatnot streams and even notes for videos that you guys don't see. They're off camera, usually right there. But these will definitely get used. Thank you, Ian. The next up here, what do we have? This is Toy Story. This is another sealed board game. Read Along Play Pad. So this is a book. Okay, so this is kind of like the Teddy Ruxpin type of vibe, being that like you have a cassette you can like put in and it like reads the story along with you. So that way you can learn to read or just not have to read. That's what I usually use them for. That's what I still use them for on Audible. But it also came with action figures, so you could kind of act out the scenes if you wanted as well too, with Buzz and Woody. That is a really cool like packaging, and the fact that it's like you get a book, an action figure, that was what would have got me to buy a book as a kid. Throw an action figure in there and I'm like, oh okay, I want that. And that's actually the first box from Ian. Thank you so much, dude. That was fantastic. So well coordinated. So much cool and fun stuff. Thank you, Ian. Let's see what we have here in the next box, though. And this one is also coming from Washington, which now that I'm saying it, it makes total sense, unless Ian would have moved in between that. All right, so let's see what we have here. So let's see, we have a note here. I actually have a few notes in here. Okay, this one's like stuck to something. Okay, all the other notes are stuck to something, so let's see here. These are Turkish, made for a Canadian company. There are a couple more designs, but weren't in stock. So I got you a duplicate so you can open one. Okay, for sure, let's take a look here and see what we got. I think that note was supposed to be on this, maybe? So let's see what we have in here. So these are Turkish, he said. They seem to be in English. Oh wait, no, on the back they do say producer, side group, Turkey. Thankfully it is in English though, so that way I can read it. It's a surprise crystal egg. Why do I feel like we had something like this in America, but I just don't remember what it is? Let's see what we got here. Ah, so it comes with all of these little like buildable pieces here, like all these puzzle pieces. And then it comes with a little lenticular, 2 cards that are lenticular, as well as a Patrick and SpongeBob magnet, and also a lollipop. I think we did get these here in the US, but they were slightly different. I think they were available at like Ross and like Burlington and stuff like that. Okay, so I opened up I didn't even realize, I just realized why he said I got you one duplicate so you could open one. I am so glad that I opened up the duplicate because they all have 3 different designs. So there's 3 different SpongeBobs on the eggs, and I just coincidentally opened up the duplicate. Ooh. It does my heart good being able to enjoy a couple of Class A suckaroonies. It's strawberry, or fruit juice, or fruit punch, or maybe cherry. It's red. It's red flavored. Okay, next up here, this one says, Obscurity, baddie from the Eureka's Castle, which is my favorite Nick Jr. show, along with David and the Gnome, but Eureka didn't traumatize kids. I think the most traumatizing is Allegra's Window, which was like Coraline before Coraline, but this is baddie. I believe these were actually available at Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut had a few different tie-ins with Nickelodeon, actually. The first ever Nick magazine with Chevy Chase on the front of it was actually available exclusively at Pizza Hut.
Nicktoons are now at Pizza Hut. Nickelodeon's Doug, Rugrats, Ren and Stimpy on their own kids' pizza pack.
Thank you so much. And then we also have, oh dude, this is a banger. We have Green Label Squiddy here, the original plushie. I actually have this one of the smaller variation, but I believe this is like the 16 inch or 14 inch. That is awesome. You do not find these often. This is by Namco 2002. Thank you so much. His neck was a little bit off, but I was able to fix it. Thankfully, I have a lot of experience with fixing these Namco plushies. He has like a rod in here, and you kind of have to adjust it in the foam, kind of manipulate his head a little bit. I think it was still a little off, so just kind of try to get it in the middle and like make sure there's padding, like fluff around it. And boom, his head is back to standing up. Ooh, we got some candy. Oh yeah, can't go wrong with candy. We got a pack of the Frankfurt's iconic Krabby Patties, as well as, I believe, like an Easter variation. Oh, and they're expired in October 2026, so we're still good. Got that one and a bag of the mini SpongeBob fruit snacks. Oh yeah. Okay, now all these are like left are just like mystery bags with bubble wrap. So let's just get all these bags out. We'll open them up together. So first up here we have, oh, that is so cool. This is a Wile E. Coyote toothbrush holder, as well as a Roadrunner toothpaste cap holder. So you have the different variations back there as well too, like a Bugs and Daffy one and a Bugs and Taz, Sylvester and Tweety, but that's the coolest one. And such a fun, unique idea to kind of get kids to like brush their teeth. You know, man, this might make me start brushing them a little bit more. I'm kidding. I have an electronic toothbrush, so it probably won't fit, but these are still cool over the collection. And then some old school. I don't think it still has a smell on it, because sometimes I'm amazed how long something will hold the smell. But this is a Roadrunner beep beep air freshener. Actually, somebody in the comments said that in their country, like, they call Roadrunners beep beeps. Like, they don't even know, like, that's just what the name for that species is called, because it's such a famous line. I just thought it was really interesting, but super crazy old air freshener. What is this? This is a candy dispenser by Flix? So it has this like Aloha Scooby-Doo, like classic bobblehead, you know, or you know the ones they always have in like the intro of like any 90s or like early 2000s movie where they like start off as like a shot of the car, like actually it's a shot of like the outside of the window, and you like see the California landscapes and palm trees, because every movie in the 2000s had to be in California for some reason. And they back the shot out and you see one of those little like hula girl bobbleheads, and then the camera turns to like the main actor and he's like, I was born in this city, I was raised in this city, everything was going good, or like he came in, or until something changed his life, and then the movie starts about that. So, but it's a Scooby version of that, so you can put that on your dashboard and be a lot cooler in my opinion. And it's also a candy dispenser, so inside there you can put your candy. It looks like it's by the Flix company, so it probably came with candy originally. I'm not sure what candy you put in here, possibly like M&M's or something like that, and then you twist this piece down here and it actually releases the candy. But honestly, just the Scooby feature itself is so cool, and the color scheme, very Mystery Machine-esque, is what I like. We also have the tiniest little Shaggy. He's in part of the famous Coolsville Miniature Inc. It's like surprisingly detailed over how small he is. Oh, now that is really cool. I do not have a lot of this in the collection at all. So this right here is My Cousin Skeeter from the classic Nickelodeon show, My Cousin Skeeter.
You know how he does, you know Skeeter flows.
I believe Justin Talks Puppets, he's a YouTuber who also is a member of the Rep Pack, has a video on his channel about what happened to this puppet. Like, I think this puppet is still around, like in a museum or something like that. And then there's also this bendable figure here for Gerald from Hey Arnold. And I do not have a lot of Hey Arnold stuff, so super glad to add Gerald. I don't have this in the collection for sure. I think I might have an Arnold bendable figure that was like at some like restaurant, like a Burger King or something like that. And this might be from that too. I'm not even sure, but 2003 Viacom Gerald, thank you so much. Even his hair is kind of bendy. Next up here we have one of these. Nickelodeon released a lot of these. I'm surprised so many of them held up so well. These are these figural candles, like little candles you can put on your birthday cake, and they actually are really good molds and like sculpts of the characters, and somehow they've just kind of survived all these years. This one's from 2010. I have a SpongeBob one from 2005 that still looks like brand new. What do we have here? These are Flintstones, like little water squirters here, like little bath toys. We have Pebbles, and then we also have Wilma and also Fred here. So they're all little like bath toys of the main family. Okay, and then next up, we're about to get into a lot of media here. Looks like a lot of books. So I suppose these are all the different books and stuff he found. So we have a TMNT Burger King VHS. We have Timmy's Token Wish. And then I think this is a lot of Scooby-Doo ones. So if I have any that I don't have in my collection, I will mention them. The SpongeBob Pet Show, I don't know if I have this one. Like, I feel like I do, but it definitely isn't this cover. We have Scooby-Doo, The Mummies in the Mall. There is a lot of Scooby-Doo books that I'm missing because there's so many they made. I don't think I have this one. We have the little golden books of the Flintstones here, including this kid that I never even knew they had. Okay, and then there's more books in here. This is insane because this is Scooby-Doo, but these are all of the Little Apple books. I've been trying to collect all of them, and I think this might be the entire set. I don't know if Ian picked them up like in a lot or they were individual and they just added up to be all of them, but I'm pretty sure this is the entire series, which is crazy because I'm still missing quite a few from this, so thank you. And then there's also all of the Clue mystery books as well too. I'm not sure if this is the whole set of these, but quite a few of them as well. So thank you so much, Ian. That was actually the end of this package. Thank you, Ian, for all of the amazing mail. Appreciate it so much. It was a ton of fun. I couldn't even tell you my favorite thing. I love the freaking Norbert. I love the Sponge Out of Water figures. That Dexter game. The candy's also nice. Literally everything was so much fun. So thank you, Ian. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new here. Leave a comment down below just telling Ethan thank you to Ian with some flames, or Ian with a crown, or you know, something with Ian in there. I would appreciate it, guys. Just to show him some love, because again, as I always say, we could not do this series if it wasn't for you beautiful people here to support it. The fan mail address is on screen. If you guys are ever interested in sending anything in, it is on screen for you. You do not have to send anything to this volume. You can literally send as little as a letter or like a drawing, whatever you want. I'm always over the moon happy to see whatever you guys send in, so thank you so much to you guys. If you guys want to support this show further, you can check out my Patreon as well as become a member here on YouTube. Either one of those works. You can sign up for as little as $2 or $3 a month, and it gets you access to videos that are not available anywhere else, as well as on Patreon you get extended versions of every single video that I upload here on YouTube, and both of those are 100% ad-free and helps immensely with keeping this show going for you all. You can also support my Whatnot stream. Those links are down below. When you sign up, you get $20 for free just for checking it out. I do giveaways every single week there, anywhere from 10 to 15 giveaways a week. Come check it out, and likelihood is you'll probably end up winning one of the giveaways. So use my link in the description when you sign up and you'll get access to all of that stuff. But on that note, before we go anywhere, you know the drill. Scan it! Okay, so that is it for this one. Again, guys, Patreon, Whatnot, all that information is down below. Big shout out to all the Patreon and YouTube members already. Thank you, guys. The next video is up on screen for you guys right now. Go check it out. This is the most recent video. Come see what we're up to, you know, catch up to date. I'll see you guys over there, and as always, Rep Pack, I will see you all in the next one. Patrick, we gotta say, bloop.